1607-08, Sagadahoc. Scene 1. The Plymouth Adventurers Company, based in Plymouth, send out 2 ships, the Gift and the Mary and John, under the commands of Captain George Popham and Captain Raleigh Gilbert. They take with them an Indian guide who'd been living in the house of Sir John Popham of Littlecote in Wiltshire and learning English. Borrington Hall, built a few years earlier, is at Plympton, near Plymouth. It's now a hotel. Scene 2. The expedition arrives in the territory of the Plymouth Adventurers Company in Sagadahoc, Maine. They sail up the Kennebec River. The Indian tribes are friendly. Maine is famous for its lobsters. Unknown to the colonists back in England, Sir John Popham dies. He has 6 daughters and 1 son, Francis. Scene 3. One of the known Plymouth Adventurers Company shareholders is Dr. Matthew Sutcliffe, Dean of Exeter and later chaplain to James I. His investment is £20. What's that worth today? In Sagadahoc, Popham builds Fort St. George. Contact and trade takes place between the colonists and the Indians. The Exeter Inn is at Modbury, South Devon. The Champernounds come from Modbury. Scene 4. Early 1608, a ship arrives from Topsham near Exeter, bringing news of Sir John Gilbert's death in London. An artist prepares Gilbert's hatchment to hang outside the home at Compton, Devon, to signify his death. Raleigh Gilbert has to return home to see to the estate. Then in Sagadahoc, Popham, the colonist leader, dies in the bitter winter. The colonists lose heart and decide to leave. Scene 5. Roger Warr came from Kingston St. Mary in Somerset. The Indians watch the colonists depart, and back home in England, the crews of the 2 ships are paid off, and the Plymouth Adventurers Company's plan to colonise North Virginia fails. This panel was stitched by the Exeter New World Tapestry team led by Joan Roncarelli. The first stitch was made by Arthur Marshall, the TV personality, on the 27th of November 1987 at Webb and Bowers, Cathedral Close in Exeter. The ceremony was organised by Dorothy Cull, who preceded Joan Roncarelli as team leader. The last stitch was done by Peter Manson, chairman of the National Farmers Union, on July the 22nd at NFU House in Exeter. The New World Tapestry team was led by Joan Roncarelli. 2 things I'd like to point out about the heraldry on this panel. Firstly, all the shields belong to members of the Plymouth Adventurers Company that owned all the land north of what we know today as New York. Secondly, most of the men named were related to Sir John Popham, the head of the company. That included Thomas Horner, top row, second from right. You see what's so special about him. He's regarded as the little Jack Horner of nursery rhyme fame, as I've illustrated. For the herb, I've chosen sage, because it was singular good for the head and brain. It quicketh the senses and memory, and strengtheneth the sinews. Now, what the devil did I do with my car keys? Can't find them anywhere. Sheila! Sheila!